in a ceremonial position. It is not his choice. None of his choices would go there. Unfortunately, we said that, the president came, he appointed me as Chief Justice. The president came, he appointed me as a judge or as a IGP. So I owe allegiance to the person. No. I'm saying that the person was performing a ceremonial role. If you understand that, you see, those of us outside even have a problem. We're even worse, because we are the ones who talk about these things. And so, well, he's going to appoint the judge, so it means that the judge will be for him. I'm telling you that, as for judges, if you appoint a judge in the morning, he may be your enemy in the afternoon. In a sense like he doesn't owe, because he's very much aware that he doesn't owe allegiance to you. He owes allegiance, his conscience, as a judge. Basically, that's what it is. And to the law, that's all.
Nana, the issue about third-term agenda. What is your own reading of this phenomenon?
I thought I dealt with that one earlier on. I've told you that.
Yes, we want to know, because there is a whole lot going on in Ghana, to the extent that now there is even an issue before the Supreme Court. Without sounding sub judice, we want you to, as a lawyer, share a little, perspective on that. Is it a good path to walk, given the fact that we've seen experiences from other regions and the effect, some of them you have gone around to ensure or to support the cause of what? Restoring the political system. What's your own reading?
Well, I think that this is a storm in a teacup.
Why?
Well, I know, I'm very surprised. What does the law say? Other than the law is very clear. It's a 2-term presidency. You understand? I think that President Mahama, the latest, has articulated that he was awarded 2 terms and intends to serve 2 terms. Other people sitting somewhere, they said they were going to Supreme Court to ask for what? It's not your right. I'm saying, well, you know how to cook problems. You understand? I've told you that the US, over 330 years, 2-term presidency, has worked for them. 330 years or thereabouts thereafter, the people decided that because of the war situation, because of the Great Depression, the challenges they were facing, they will extend the term for the president. The president went 4 times. Because I'm talking about 1945 to, so it is really the people who have to determine whether the Constitution says 2 terms, whether they want their president to do 2 terms, or they want their president to do more. Of course, there are systems for dealing with such changes in the mindset of the people, go to a referendum or whatnot. But I can't speak for Mr. Mahama, and neither can I speak for the Constitution as it stands today. That's what it is. But is that helpful? So I like I'm saying, I don't think there are issues which call for this interpretation, and even just the noise on. Look, this is the government that has big power. That's from last year. I think that it is important to give space to the government, to the president, to do business, government business. The government business is about us and our development, and it is necessary that we put some of these, issues aside. The man has been in office only 1 year, 3 months, or 5 months, and you are talking about, are you going to stay? No. You know, so I think that we shouldn't lose focus. There are matters about how long a president should stay. I, for instance, believe that 4 years is a short period. I think that from now to running around president, marginal period of 5 years, you know, 2 times should be a good term. But you see, you come into office, the first year, running around trying to understand the system, second, third, the fourth, you're going in for election. But what kind of work can you do? And I know it takes 6 months to set up a government. Minimum 6 months to set up a government. If, for instance, in the 6 months, you are answering, what are you going to do next 2 years? Is it okay? Am I okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there are matters which we have to deal with. You get me? These are the basic issues of underdevelopment. Whatnot. 39% of children under 5 die as a result of malaria. Got me? So, we should be thinking about issues like this. In this day and age, that's what it is. Children under 5 dying. The kids who have been born, not the dead, the ones who didn't come, you know. So then I think that there are a lot of issues that are thrown out. They sound political and whatnot, but there are real genuine issues on the ground we must look at. How do we stabilize country? What are the systems which exist to make sure that we can also travel 300 years? As the English people have done and all that, they don't have a constitution. They don't have a written constitution. How do they survive? How have they survived up to today? They have conventions and, you know, practices and certain things you simply will not be permitted to do. A minister goes out to House of Lords. He appears before the House of Lords, and he's 2 minutes late. So he appears, so that the chairperson says, "How do you keep these great persons sitting down?" And they're waiting, and you're like, "Come." You know what? He gets up and says, "Well, I'm sorry, I feel so ashamed that I've kept the Lords waiting. I'll resign from this job." I said, when I heard it, so I said, is it, yeah, thank God it's not Ghana. You know, I mean, how come you say you resign because you are a few minutes late appearing before Parliament, or for that matter, the House of Lords? Because here, we wait for 2 hours and 3 hours for a minister, or, you know, I remember when we were kids, from morning to evening, to wait for a president who will pass, and so on and on, we don't even see him.
Now let me find out from you. If you look at one of the evils
Yes.
of our governance is the issue of corruption.
Yes.
And I want to tie it up with issue of monocracy in election. I want to pick your mind on this. Are we winning the war? Because it's one of the enemies of AFRC, TNDC, which you were a member of. Are we winning the war against corruption?
It's a tough war. It's a tough war. I think we should go back to the roots to find out why corruption itself is thriving just in the political realm, particularly with the received system that we are operating as the current structure. And just remember that the constitutions that we are operating, they are the same constitution in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Gambia. The British handed that one down to us, at the point of independence, and we just altered one or two, but the structure is the same. And one of the key things is that you must have a multi-party democracy. How do you operate it? They didn't teach us. Do you teach politicians here?
We teach all manner of them.
I'm talking about people. Do you produce politicians? Is there a class for politicians here?
We teach students, and they end up being politicians.
That's the reality of it. You get me? Now, we all struggle to learn the path and the structure impact is that we should have platform for raising the what do you call